done couple of times this mistake. Instead of
Okay.
choosing wrong, there are
Okay.
3 right. I read the question again and then I forget the accept thing and then I choose the right part and ultimately it goes wrong.
Satinder, this is not new, right? Your spouse asks to buy something in the market. We go there. She says, "Accept this by."
So when I go from home to the grocery shop, I call her 3 times. Do you really meant this?
So now you're doing that analysis in your exam question. A couple of times read it again so
Right,
that you
right.
don't do the mistake. Okay. Okay. Any other points they can look into? The sense of subject-wise, knowledge-wise, sometimes knowledge gap also makes us not to read the question well. Is it true?
Right. Sometimes we think from the very first line, we know the answer and we start jumping to the answer. I
Okay.
have seen patiently, if we see the question in the half midway, you are not actually reading the question. After half of the question, actually you start the right question in your brain. That is the question part you have to actually focus on.
That is true, right? Many times they give a sentence just to deviate us from there.
Right.
They'll give some story and we'll be so much into that story. But the
Yes.
actual question will be in the last line.
Last line, yes.
Isn't it? Okay, nice. I got a couple of points here. Okay, good. Thanks, Satinder, for that. And I know that you're doing a good job there on the preparation. Doing a good job in the preparation part. Now, I would have given some bullet points for you to work down.
Right.
In this, one of the point I expected to read something about the roles.
Yes.
You think roles clarity will help some of your questions?
Yes, too much. Because yesterday I gave the 40 exam question and I meant it mandatory in my mind that I must read this framework chapter as a whole. And I twice gone through all the roles and responsibility of PM, PMO, PO, team. And then I answered. And when I reviewed, I quickly jumped to the answers which I told you just now. That out of 40, if I got, I think I would have scored 4 to 5 questions more correctly if I have stayed instead of running to complete the exam.
Makes sense. Okay, nice to know. Good to know. That was a valuable point. Thanks, Satinder, for that. All right, before we jump on, you have any questions to share and discuss?
Right. I have only a couple of questions. I will share the screen. Host.
Right. People who are viewing this program, please put your hands up. So I know that you have a question to share. We can bring it up and discuss about it. I have some people from the batch of June. People from batch of June, you would have taken some full exams. When I say full, could be even 40 questions, or sometimes you took short exams. So bring up those questions for discussion if you need any clarity.
I think, Rahul sir, you have to enable the screen share.
Yeah, you have option now. Go ahead right now.
Yes, I got it. I hope you can see my screen, sir.
Visible.
So this mathematical question, in fact, I'm not able to conclude. I try to multiply every possible combination instead of whatever the question
is. So I'll make you happy. First of all, this question is not for your exam. Then we'll see the question now. Not for your exam, okay? If at all one thing has to come, that will be PERT. So learn about PERT. This is an understanding. The derivation will be already there. They'll have the number already. They would ask CPI is above 1.1. So what is the status of the project right now? Kind of question. They don't want you to do a calculation. However, let's see whether we can understand something. Read the question.
A project manager for a complex project aimed at improving the company's financial results decides to use the EMV, expected monetary value method, to select the best strategy. To achieve this, the project team defines 3 scenarios with the following probabilities of outcome. Scenario 1, 25%. Scenario 2, 50%. Scenario 3, 25% for strategy A. The other strategy B scored EMV value of 75 directly as given.
Already they given it. Okay.
Yes. If the scores for strategy A, 3 scenarios are respectively $160, $120, and minus $20, what strategy should be preferred?
So they're given the value also there, the respective outcome there. Okay. First of all, EME comes in which area? Which knowledge area in project management?
Cost baseline, I think, and cost management.
Sure, cost baseline.
On monetary value.
Okay. Have you seen this in risk management?
Risk management, yes, risk management also, right.
Right. Have you seen this in project selection criteria?
It comes, value management comes in multiple.
Yeah. Some places we use it. Sometimes we call it as a decision tree, where you want to decide whether I have to go to this purchase or other purchase. You will see which has highest benefit, which has the lowest benefit. Then you make a call.
Right.
If I give my vehicle for service in the center, what is the probability of that guy failing? If I give the service center in this place, what is the probability of success or a failure? So you'll see the probability of something is good and bad. Based on that, you give a car or a bike for a service in a place. It is a mental calculation we make usually. Here is a business calculation. So you have to go by the number and calculate it. I'm seeing Maulik is putting up here. Maulik, you want to add something here or it's a different question?
No, different question. Just
different. Okay, nice. Let's hold on here then. So now coming back here, Satyendra, go ahead if you want to share what you tried.
Sir, I was not able to, specifically speaking, I was not able to understand the question and how to reply. Maybe I'm very weak in EMB section. That's why.
Okay. Have you, by any chance, have you read EMB, how the calculation works, probability to impact?
This I forgot. This I never.
Okay. Maybe you didn't explore it. Okay. I would say that first you have to go through this probability and impact, which is in risk management, also in project selection criteria. Okay. As I say, this is not part of your exam, going to be a question, but I would say that here what they're trying to see, the question is asking if the scores for strategy A3 is something like this, which strategy should be preferred? If imagine Ambani Business Group want to invest in some business, they will see where the probability of success and where the probability of failure is high. Based on that, they'll invest the fund there. So they will see which strategy is good. Now I'm asking Ambani Group, which strategy you want to go? Would you like to go for Geo Mobile or Geo Cab services? And they will tell which has the highest probability of success, which is the lowest probability of success. They'll check it out. So now question to anyone here in this group. Anyone here learned EMB? You have done EMB reading?
Yes, Shri, I have done it.
Okay. Any understanding you want to share?
It is basically multiplication probability into impact. So, and then we need to consider both positive and negative scenario and to arrive at the overall effect.
Why the answer is saying strategy B? Any thought popping up for you?
When we calculate it, like 25% of 160 is 40, plus 50% of 120 is 60, that means 100. And then 25% of minus 20, so we need to deduct minus 5. So it is 95. So the A is having value as 95, which is higher than B's EMV value. Hence, A should be selected.
Right. So strategy B with the EME score for strategy A of 95. So now A shows 95. What does 95 would mean if in case you have some knowledge on that?
If we proceed with 95, we will have probability to make profit of $95.
So it's a better decision to go there. Can I call this as a decision tree also?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Now, Satyendra, coming to you, are you seeing what Maulik was explaining?
Yes, I understood.
Right. So it is a purely decision-making part. Now, question back to you, Satyendra. Why this has to be used in risk management? Any idea?
This has to be used in risk management because if EMV value is in negative or very less, then there is no point to invest in that particular strategy. And probably if we select that, then we are inviting risk in the future in terms of monetary as well. If any constraint get affected, other constraints also get affected.
Okay, I get your point. Maulik, anything you want to add top of it?
No, I think when we want to select between two projects, so we will go with the project which will have higher probability of profit considering overall scenarios. So
Right. At a
hence,
project
yeah.
level, in risk management, we put the list of risk, what all could happen in a project. For a particular risk, we apply this EMV value.
Yes, right.
Right. So here, if you look at a risk calculation, we look something called qualitative analysis
and quantitative.
quantitative analysis. Have you heard that?
Right.
Right. Have anyone read about that in this group? Qualitative, quantitative?
Yeah, Sriram, we actually practice it.
Ah, very good. Nice. I have a person, real life example.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shama. What do you do there in real life?
No, actually, whenever a risk is identified, we normally try to, quantify its impact. So the probability of its occurrence and its impact on the project. So, based on that, we can make decisions as to how to prioritize the risk and, how to act upon it also. Like, so when we do the contingency and mitigation plans, it also helps.
Amazing. You made the day wonderful, Shama. So
Thanks.
whatever you said, first thing is the word is quantifiable. Now I'll go one by one what she said. And she said quantifiable. In risk, a team will put list of risk. 100 risk will be there. Customer cannot invest all the money and time for all 100 risk. So the question will come, which is the next word, what she said is priority. So the customer would ask, which is the highest risk which we have to focus now? Or if the team says this is the highest risk, there will be a cross question. How do you quantify it? Quantify means you have to show the number. I'm saying that tomorrow it is going to rain. So what is the prediction rate? You will tell that 90% chance of raining. How do you got this 90%? Meteorological department, as per the data analysis of last 55 years, the cloud movement like this is the witness, which means there is a quantifiable information. Now they agree, okay, now I see rain could happen. Still, it is not sure, it could happen. But that the quantifiable, which makes a solid proof that this could be in the high priority. Now, Shama said another point. The last point, what he said is, this will help the team to write what? To write mitigation strategy. The whole story of doing this is, if in case this risk happen, if in case middle of the match rain happens, we have to cover the ground within 5 to 8 minutes, for which you write a strategy. If you don't cover the ground 5 to 8 minutes, the match has to be suspended. So now, the whole process of doing this in risk management is to quantify it, prioritize it, and then write a strategy. Thanks, Shama. You made the day clear. By the way, people listening to this, have you got some idea why we do this? Good. All right. Thanks, Satinder. Any other question you have here?
Yes, sir. One more question.
Go ahead. I have Maulik, Lata in the line for the next questions. Before that, listen to him.
I gone through analysis and condition of satisfaction, so I understood this, that how it has to be done.
You understood or you want to discuss?
Though I understood the condition of satisfaction, but the question was very tricky. It says during iteration planning, a product owner meets, I don't know whether the question is correctly put it or not. The product owner meets with the project stakeholders to determine the criteria by which a given product backlog item will be judged as a successor failure by the project stakeholders. So this part, successor failure by the project stakeholders. Here I get confused. What do the question mean? So one can effectively communicate the criteria to the development team. What we got. So I got confused as judged as a successor failure by project stakeholders.
Okay. But you said you understood from justification. What you read there?
No, I understood. I went through what is condition of satisfaction, where though from justification also it is the same thing. Like you must have like login should be there, and then remember my password, failure criteria, and all the stuff. This makes condition of satisfaction better than acceptance.
What condition of satisfaction mean as per your understanding?
Condition of satisfaction means that you give the customer that value for that that user story, instead of just, let's say, because this is as an agile methodology, we keep on discussing and keep on doing the permutation and combinations of changes. So these can come with a small requirement, but this ultimately lead to a satisfaction of customer, not just marking tick on a UAT or AT document.
One of the acceptance part.
Right.
I got that. Now, why that wording is a little confusing? Successor failure.
Successor failure. I was not able to get what does it mean by successor failure?
Actually, it is success or failure. The space is missed actually.
Yes. Success or failure by project. Right.
Okay,
now can you pass
this
this
was
question?
really tricky, and I really appreciate the person who could make out this space is not there. Even I was suddenly thinking, what could be the meaning?
No, actually, the reason why I was able to make out because I gave the same mock yesterday. So I also
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. So now, Satinder, right? Satinder, put that R in between that word there, sentence there. Pass this question to Rahul. We'll fix it right away.
I will.
If not like you, many people will be suffering. So please pass that question. Okay, go to the next one.
The project is leading a hybrid project with a self-organizing team. I think this question has a wrong answer identified. The team is unable to identify the scope for the next increment. I chose the answer C, collaborate with SMEs to determine the best approach for the next increment. And this is the, I think, right answer, because other three are given wrong answer.
Wait, I think we jumped faster. A project manager is leading a hybrid project with a self-organizing team. Very good. Which means it's an agile model where they can decide on their own capacity. The team is unable to identify the scope for the next increment. Now they can't identify it. They can decide, but they couldn't identify what is the next requirement. How should the project manager resolve the problem or issue? What are the answers? You have chosen an answer called collaborate with a suitable SME to determine the best technical approach for the next increment. Technical approach. Why technical approach? Requirement is not clear. Okay. If requirement is clear, now we don't know how to do, then it is called technical approach. First of all, we don't know what to do itself. Let's go to the next answer. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor so that the risk posed by the choice of the technical approach becomes viable. This is also not a good one. Facilitate the choice by enabling the team to explore different options. Okay. Answer D. Request the team to identify the appropriate risk response action to remove the impediment. Okay. Nothing is talking about the requirement parameter. Okay. Let's go down. So what you understood in the explanation?
Facilitate the choice by enabling the team to explore different options so that their merits become clear, because they are not able to identify the scopes.
Okay. So do you feel that there is a little gap between the question and the answers? Are you feeling that?
Yes, a little bit. I mean, out of what I can understand from question, the only approach which I can see is the C as option. I mean,
but the C is telling about technical approach, but the question is asking about what to do. The team is unable to identify the scope of the next increment. They don't even know what to do for the next. By the way, what does the justification says in a paragraph? As a team is self-managing, the leader should employ servant leadership. Very good. Servant leaders facilitate collaboration rather than seeking to resolve the issues. Okay. Facilitate the choice by enabling the team to explore different options. Merit become clear. Nothing is expecting an answer. Okay. Escalate the issue, collaborate the suitable, request a team identify something wrong, man. This question should be fixed. Pass this question. We have to fix the question.
Okay, sir.
Last two questions.
Just a small thing here. Maybe they mean to say, like, because the scope was not very clearly defined, or they are not able to identify the scope. So here the servant leader tries to facilitate the team to explore different options, so that they could, I mean, the word used is a little different. It says so that their merit becomes clear, in the sense, so they can identify the scope more clearly. So maybe there is some, they have written as merits become clear, and on the top it is identify the scope.
I know we are assuming more on
We
top
are
of
assuming, yeah.
assuming. But see, the team is unable to identify the scope of the next increment. Okay, that's they couldn't identify
quite
it.
Simple and straight, yeah.
Straight, right? They couldn't know what to do. I don't expect that to go on this direction. Escalate the issue. It's not an issue to escalate to somebody. Sponsor, so that the risk passed. I feel a little.
But this collaborate is correct. Like, they need to collaborate to, with the SME, so that the scope could be identified. But this technical approach spoils the answer.
Right. Okay, please pass it to the team. Something that will fix it up.
That's it, sir. That's it from my side.
Okay. All right, let's get to Maulik.
Yeah, hi Shri. Let me share my screen. Okay. So here is question number 78. An agile team is planning for 2-week iteration. In middle of the last few iterations, the product owner made changes and reprioritized the features affecting team's deliverable. Which action should the project manager take in this situation? So I selected the answer as request the product owner to make changes as needed, since in agile approach response to change. We do not block the change. And but the answer marked here is explain the implication of making the change during iteration to the product owner. So here
in the question, do you see what kind of problem is happening in the question? I mean, what situation is there in the question?
So the changes are made, and then because of that, it is affecting the team's deliverable.
Very good. So they can't do what they have to do as per the goal, isn't it? That's a point.
Yeah.
Now, what action should the manager take in the situation? Now, action is on what? Action is on to fix the deliverable, or action is to fix the mindset? What is the question here?
The action could be to take the change appropriately, so that it should not affect the deliverable, as well as we should be able to accommodate the changes.
No. One line, straight line. Is it a situation, a manager, you are the manager. Now you are walking towards a product owner. What problem you want to fix in 20 minutes discussion with the product owner?
Okay, actually,
you set up a meeting. When you set up a meeting, will you go with the mindset of agenda? What problem to fix in this meeting? Now, if I give you 20 minutes time and you want to talk to a product owner to solve this problem with agile thought. Now, are you going to solve the problem of deliverable, or are you going to solve the mindset problem? The answer, what I'm seeing from you is, are you going to solve the short term or a long term? Which one you want to solve?
The mindset one, the long term one.
Long term. Very good. Now let's read the answer. Now read the answer, what you're given.
Request the product owner to make changes as needed, since an agile approach responds to change.
Very good. Request the product owner make changes as needed. Very good. Nice. You see this as a long term or a short term, or doesn't solve anything at all?
Doesn't solve anything, because I looked into the question in a perspective that it is not an issue if it is affecting the team's deliverable.
You didn't take it as an issue at all. Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't take it as an issue at all, then your 20 minutes meeting with the product owner is going to be waste of time. So only when you consider this as an issue, then the purpose of your meeting makes sense. Is that right?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, if you don't see it at an issue, what you give an answer D is a coffee time discussion. Isn't it? In a coffee, you have a coffee in your hand and saying that, hey, good man, keep going. Nice. Keep torturing the team. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Now you are going for an official meeting because there is a problem. Now read apart from D, which will be better answer.
Yeah, so other two doesn't make sense because escalating it to the senior management and then inform the team to ignore the changes. Both are not good options. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Now question back to you. Are you by any chance read Agile or working in Agile environment?
No, I'm not working in Agile, but
Agile.
I have read, yeah, I have
Read
read
it,
the
right?
Agile.
When you read Agile environment or Agile concepts, they used to say that changes are acceptable, but that doesn't mean that you will keep on changing every 5 minutes. See, for example, your mom want to prepare some food. She accepts changes. You can tell up to maybe the morning 7 o'clock, Mom, I want this. You cannot tell something when she's cooking middle of it. Will she accept it?
No.
Of course not, right? She said, come on, man, I already started cooking. Hold on, let me complete this, then you tell the next one. So now, explaining the implication of making changes during an iteration or prior to the product owner. The implication is you're going to tell that, guys, it's going to be a trouble. I'm not saying don't do this because product owner is also part of the team. He or she knows what to do. I can't dictate them, but I can tell them with the implication. Now it's up to them to understand what to do next.
Maybe actually when answering the question, I also got little confused because I thought middle of the last few iterations means I did not think is middle of the iteration itself. I thought middle of the last few iterations means somewhere in between the project.
Okay.
But the answer was during an iteration. So in between the iteration, so that can affect, as you said, it can affect the team's deliverable, and then we should at least discuss it rather than just going with the theory.
Exactly. So what you do in exam is when you see a question like this, look at the last sentence carefully. Which action should be managed? The word action is important, right? So now your action should have some outcome. If I'm booking a meeting invite with you, before I come to the meeting invite, at least for 2 minutes, I'll process my brain. What should be the outcome of this meeting? And if I don't have any outcome planned for the meeting, then no point of going to the meeting. So here I'm seeing there is an action needed. My action is setting up a discussion with this guy, explain the implication because of which a product owner can redirect or redo their way of changes. That's what the expectation. Yeah, that's a point. Good. Nice question.
And then one more question was there. 83. An agile project manager based in country A is working with development team and the business analyst in country B, and then quality assurance team in country C. During the second sprint, it becomes apparent that all of the test cases have failed. The agile facilitator ascertains that the business analyst changed the acceptance criteria of the stories and only communicated these changes to their local team. So other people were not aware. What should the agile project manager implement going forward to prevent this from reoccurring? And the answer is backlog grooming. From explanation, I was not able to make out.
Let me see. I can understand something there. So last sentence is, what should the agile project manager implement?
Yes.
Okay. Implement means look like something to be done. Prevent from recurring. Okay, you want to prevent it. Nice to know. Let's go to the top level. An agile project manager based in country A is working with the development team and a business analyst in country B, and a quality assurance team in country C. Each are different places. During the second sprint, it becomes apparent that all of the test cases have failed, which means work is not done properly. The agile facilitator ascertains that the business analyst has changed the acceptance criteria of the stories and only have communicated these changes to their local team. Okay. So one is the detail of what they did is not been shared with everyone. There is some gap. Okay. Being an agile team, everyone should be in synchronized way, but they didn't do it. Okay. What are the best answers we can go? From the bottom, backlog. Okay. C. Automated change notification from user story tool. Okay. Okay, you're finding a way where we can make job easy. B says assigned change control documentation. Okay, that is not in Agile. Password protection on the user stories. A and B ruled out. Okay, so we have C and D. C looks an answer, maybe a short term, or maybe it's going to help a one at a time. But here it is not more about the tool will communicate or somebody will communicate. The point of grooming here is, first thing, test case all failed. There itself, we get a clarity thought there. The work is not properly understood by everyone. On top of that, we understood that the business analyst change the acceptance criteria. How can he or she can change on its own? Acceptance criteria should be discussed with everyone, then only you will update it or add it, isn't it? It should be a conversation with, let's say, 5-6 people from different teams join together. You set up a timeline between 3 to 4. We're going to talk about it. We'll sit and talk. And you type some of the acceptance criteria, and somebody will question you. What do you mean by that? Can you explain that acceptance criteria? It's a conversation. In Agile, that's how they do. It is not somebody called architect, a manager, designer, fill the acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria will have 4 bullet points. A text box should accept only character. A button should be green in color. It can't be like 15-20 years back, somebody will type it, others should follow. That's not the case, right? When you fill up acceptance criteria, somebody will question you. Why only character? Why not alphanumeric value there in the text box? Somebody will question you. So that kind of conversation happens, your test cases will be very strong. If no conversation, somebody fill the information, other person has to work, then we are going 15 years back. Chances are errors could happen. To avoid that, they're trying to put a grooming.
Okay, so actually I gave more attention on this part, only communicated these changes to local team. But now, as you mentioned, the other parties, the communication is one issue. Other issue is maybe the acceptance criteria were changed without any discussion, and in that context, right. Yes, it makes sense.
Exactly. Right. That guy, one Friday evening, he thought, oh, let's do this. Type everything. Okay, guys, done. Who knows it? In fact, that's how I worked in my initial days of career. Somebody will something think they'll start typing it. That is not the way Agile work. You have to be open with everyone. That they use a word called transparency. Right. Very good. Nice question.
Shriram, just one question here. But in Agile, we do have change request management, right?
Of course.
I mean, how is it different from this signed change control documentation?
So signed is something totally like a agreement between both the party. In a sense, in a predictive model, what will happen is when a work is being agreed, it will be a massive size of work and both the party will sign. Okay, guys, we want this 47 features to be delivered. They'll say, okay, we agree for it. And work starts. Suddenly somebody will come and tell, in 42nd feature, can you do this? They will tell, come on, man, you agreed. Now, if you want to change, I have to change my time, I have to change my money, I have to change my people. Then they'll discuss, assign it. Okay, this is there. Where it comes to Agile, we don't literally make a official signature. But the requirement is primarily held by customer himself. So
and it's again put to the product backlog only, right? Whenever
exactly. And that too is in the control of the product owner who is a representative of the customer. Here, I don't have an official document signed. On top of that, imagine there is a X and Y company. X company is giving the requirement to Y company. X company controls the requirement. It's called product backlog. So we don't need somebody to sign the document. We don't need somebody to tell, I'm going to take changes, because it's coming from the owner itself. When the owner himself handling the document of what the requirement is, you have a free hand to change, but your change should be sensible to the contract what is signed. In the name of change, you cannot keep on changing every day, every minute. That is also risky. That is what the role of PMO. PMO, delivery managers, they keep a watch. In the name of change, you do not screw up the whole system. Good one.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So Shri sir, one little addition on this. The how I answered this question was, I was able to answer backlog grooming. How I was able to answer was that the regional product analyst or maybe product owner or business analyst did the work, but somehow he missed overall. So if overall is missed, it means somewhere backlog grooming is getting missed. He may have sent it to single country, but not to.
So communication gap, that's your understanding.
Right,
that is your
right.
thought. Okay.
That's
I recognize that communication gap. I'm recognizing it. Even I will say that the next day morning stand up, somebody should bring it up. Hey guys, we updated accept. That you can do, right? You don't need to do all the time grooming. But where I pointed out is, if I left out acceptance criteria, you're adding a 1 bullet point, fine. But what if team don't even see the acceptance criteria at all, and you didn't discuss with them at all? Then your test case will be different. What acceptance criteria says is different. Acceptance criteria says in a name, it should accept only 12 characters.
Right.
Your test case says you can accept 14 characters. So something wrong, which means I didn't discuss with my team what should be inside the text box. So the acceptance criteria point here is conversation. That's the only reason for I'm putting that point. Okay, nice. Thanks for sharing. Let's jump to Lata. Lata G. When is your exam? How many days there?
7 days. Next Monday is my exam.
God's sake, slightly fever coming slightly.
Yeah, I started feeling like I'm forgetting everything. I don't know anything, literally. Even maybe because of that only, even simple basics only, I'm making mistakes.
It happens. It's called PMP panic mode. It happens, everyone.
Yeah,
Last couple of days, you'll forget to eat food. And your parents, somebody call the phone, Mom, keep the phone down. I'm busy. You won't pick up the phone. It all happens. But for your surprise, I will tell you, all the information is already in your brain. Once you go to the exam hall, for your surprise, as I said, it all starts coming out.
Yeah.
The way we have prepared the last couple of months, reading, class listening, assignments, question paper, what happened is over a period of time, all this content gone to your subconscious mind. By this subconscious mind, you're programmed already.
Yes.
Now, once you go to the exam hall, moment you see the question, first 10 to 20 questions, you will have the shivering.
Yeah.
After 21st question, you will not work. Your subconscious mind will work. Your split personality will come out. And literally, this is what happens in every exam hall. The reason for conducting the classes and question paper analysis is to tune your brain.
Yeah. Actually, from from 4th and 5th mock only, I'm feeling that one. Like first 25 to 30 questions, I'll be like full shivering. That starting only, I used to feel like, oh, pakka, I won't get good scores or what to do. Means I started telling reasons myself. It's okay. I started like pointing out the reason what and all I'll tell if something goes wrong or something. But after that, as you said, like automatically it
works. It works, but we should use some presence of mind. Okay. Not everything comes by subconscious. Some presence of mind should be there.
Yes.
For example, you read a question and you don't get any clue from where it is coming. You should try to recall the roles and responsibilities of manager, what you read. You have to recall some bullet points. Okay, this is what I read in the paper. Is there something mapping here? If you're reading Agile questions, you have to recall those 12 principles of Agile to see that by any chance, is it mapping with the face-to-face interaction? Is it mapping with the reflecting on behavior? What it is mapping here? That presence of mind you should bring. You have to look into that. The rest automatically works. So I won't tell don't be shivering. It will be there. You cannot avoid that. But for this reason, your shiveringness should not miss your ability to present. That should be there. Okay, so start focusing on it. Have you taken leave from your work?
Yeah, Thursday and Friday I have taken. So Monday, Saturday, Sunday, anyhow, off will be there. So 4 days.
People from your office know that you're doing it?
Yeah, very few people, like my
Very good.
surroundings.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Some people in the last few days, they don't eat properly, sleep properly. Don't do that. So have a regular routine. Routine should not be spoiled. Why I'm saying this is not only for Lata, for everyone listening here. Project management exam is a place to test your emotions, test your ability. It also shows how much ready you are to lead something in your life. If you have that tendency of switching all your regular routines off, and then you do this part, yeah, once in a while you can do, but which means in your life, in your corporate life, that's how it's going to be. You cannot be like this. You will switch off all the routine, then I will do this. No, routine will be keep on going. On top of that, you have to do the office work, which means PMP exam itself, it's a good management ability. So you have to start practicing it. Good, Lata. Keep in touch. Let me know. I believe you did 5 exams already.
Yes, Sri. For yesterday, like my fifth was I completed yesterday. So
How is your confidence level?
I don't know.
Low. Low.
Yeah, as last week also you're telling, like till we till we enter into the exam hall, it will be like
It'll be there.
Yeah,
It'll be there.
yeah.
But again, I will not underestimate things, because time management is important main exam.
Yeah.
Just a hint for you, the main exam will have few match the following questions,
Yeah. Okay.
which will eat your time.
Oh.
If you know, for example, Tuckman ladder is a question, you know, easily drag and drop, drag and drop.
Yeah.
If there are some sentence-based questions, I would
Definitions.
say don't waste your time.
Okay.
See if you can answer. If
Okay.
not, quickly drag and drop whatever you like.
Okay.
Keep moving.
Okay.
In a main exam, you will get hardly 4 or 5 questions like that. For that 5 question, each question, if you lose 5 minutes, 20 minutes gone.
Yeah.
Rather, skipping those questions. When I say skip, you have to answer and then move. Without answering, you should.
Okay.
You answer and move. By this, what will happen? You can focus on rest of the 160 questions.
Okay.
Okay. So in main exam, that's a information you have to follow.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Any question to discuss today?
Yeah, I have one question. I'll just share my screen.
Center-based exam, is that right, Lata?
Yes, Sri, center-based.
Which city you are?
I'm in Bangalore.
You know the center already, where it is?
Yeah, I know, but I have not visited. It is like not very far, maybe some 10
Not
minutes.
needed. Bangalore is Shivaji Nagar, right?
Yeah, near Lalbagh.
Lalbagh, okay. Center is good. You don't have to worry much about the center. They are good. If you're driving your car, be prepared. If in case you're driving your car, understand where the parking, all the stuff. Last minute, don't go and search and struggle for it.
Yeah, okay. I thought of going by like two-wheeler only, but after that I decided to go. I'll book an Ola or Uber. It's better. I just have to put
check your ID cards. Have a photo ID.
Okay.
And it should be. They may ask you to signature. They will ask you to signature as per the ID card. So have those things prepared with you.
Okay, sure.
Okay, nice. Let's read the question.
Yeah, the question number 56. A project team in middle of the incremental delivery project decided they need help of subject matter expert who is working in different department. The project team asked the subject matter expert to join the team and assist in specific task, and they inform the project leader about this action. So what should the project manager do? So actually I straight away eliminated option B and option D. So I had a confusion between C and A. The C is talk to the functional manager of this needed resource and check their availability to the work. So the A is check the project budget and assess the impact and feasibility of adding an additional resource. I know this part is not that great, but still I thought let's first do the impact by adding the resource to already one team is there. So I thought of this. but both the answers are wrong. The answer is facilitate the coordination of the resource with the needed resource based on the team working agreement. So
Okay.
I
Before I go to answer question,
Yeah.
let's see what we can understand from the question.
Okay.
In question, what all the characters we have?
Have a one particular project team and
Team.
the team. Yeah.
Okay. Let's imagine 5 people, team member. Very good.
Yeah.
What other character you have?
The incremental delivery. So we can say it's the agile project.
Okay. Project team is one group of people. Then you have a SME.
Yeah.
SME. Okay, very good. And you as a manager there.
Yeah.
Very
SME,
good.
actually they're planning to take the help of the SME.
SME.
Yeah.
Who is working in a different department. This person is in a different
Yes.
department, but SMEs are always keep traveling different departments.
Okay.
SME means subject matter expert, right? They will not be in
Yeah.
one place. They try to go and give advice to other people also.
Okay.
Let's take one quote example here. Let's put like this. There is a cloud migration is happening.
Okay.
And this SME is specialized in Amazon cloud.
Okay.
Let's keep like that. So this team need somebody to talk about Amazon cloud with clarity.
Okay.
The project team asked the SME to join their team. The project team asked the SME to join their team.
Okay.
And assist in specific task, and they inform the project leader about this action. So they're requesting somebody to come in and do some help on that. Very good. What should the project manager do? Now action is on you. They look like the same. The team is well organized because they know what they want.
Okay.
Also, they know where it is. They know what they want. They also know where it is. So they found it and they invited it. Now you don't have anything to do here because already they have found, they requested, and it's almost all done. So what do you have to do here?
Okay.
Let's see what we can do. Check the project budget, assess the impact and feasibility of adding an additional resource. Since it is showing some kind of agile model, if you see the first sentence, incremental delivery model, I don't think we have to do this in this point, but definitely there'll be some discussion about budgets when you bring an SME. You think the manager has to make a decision, then only the team will go for it? That's the way you look into right now? Could be right. Could be your
negotiation technique, like kind of negotiation or collaboration with the other department. Since it mentioned he works in different department. First, I thought of maybe negotiation.
Coming from other department and SME, I don't think that is a big budget impact. At least if you see from corporate perspective, they come, they serve for maybe 8 hours or 12 hours or some time and they'll take. I don't think this is not the biggest budget discussion I have at least seen in my career. SME is a person who is meant for this purpose. If you take a loaned resource and they're going to work with you all the way, then chances are there. But an SME is meant to, for that reason only they call SME. They have to come in, maybe they spend a couple of hours or maybe they even spend a week of time. Still, it is not a big budget constraint because this will be already calculated in the project that we need these kind of supports. Right, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm also, when I read a question, I'm seeing the characters. Team looks more organized. SME has been discussed. They know whom they want, what they want. They're also clear there. And they're telling what you will do. For this guy, nothing to do now, right? That's what I get a feel. If you see nothing to do, I see the last answer. Facilitate the coordination of resources with the needed resources based on the team working as an agreement.
Sriram, just as a personal experience, normally, when we do ERP, we have different SMEs which we need, like for peripherals, like tax, foreign trade, things like that, which are like not the core business for us, like for our, so at that time, we would already have identified people from the horizontal layer, like, the supportive layer, where we say, okay, if you have an issue in this, you have to contact this person. If you have an issue in this, you have to contact this person. Now, this is accepted in a very high level already. Okay. So, like when they are doing this in this question, what I perceive is the same, that they have come, they need now one subject matter expert. Okay. But this person, as they have just given, this is a little bit of a derailing, like working in a different department. That is just a derailment. But this person is already having some sort of an agreement with the project team, saying that if you need this, you can go to this person for support. So this is what that last line tells, like, the D option. So when the project team knows that they need to approach this person and they need his time now because they are facing an issue. So now when they go to the project manager, what he needs to do is he needs to just ensure that this subject matter expert is available, as per whatever they have decided, 2 hours, 5 hours, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I hear your point. Thanks for that point. But here the team's working argument is the team's way of working, their ground rules.
Oh.
So it will be like, okay, thanks for those points. I really appreciate it. Now, what I observed from you when I hear that is, when the project is initiated or started, there is a need of SMEs, could be there. So they would have drafted something already. These are the areas I need some SME thought. Project is starting in the month of June, but I may need this SME only in the month of September or October. There'll be a mark for it, right? That's what I heard from Shama. That's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah. It'll be there, but we don't know which SME. SME will be said that I need somebody to talk about this particular machine, this particular spare parts, but we don't know who is that. Now, when I come to this question and answer, I feel that the manager may not need to take a big action because it is already there in the system. On top of that, this is a self-organizing team because it's agile way they are working, incremental delivery. They found it, who they want, what they want. Now, like Shama was pointing out, this person has to coordinate. Now, when I read the last line, facilitate the coordination of resources. The word coordination, don't take it simple, setting up a meeting, inviting. No. You may be the person bridging the gap of finding out how to bring this particular member in the team. There'll be a lot of discussions could happen because that particular department will tell, I won't release this person until October. But you may have a conversation, how to bring this person in the month of September. When you bring in the month of September, how this conversation is going to work? It's a workshop or it's only a presentation. What is going to happen there? On top of that, this person, imagine coming from China, going to work with some set of people in India. What kind of team agreements they have? What kind of protocols they're going to follow? So answer D looks so implicit and so subtle there, but it has a role, but not on the role of budget and time. Okay. It could be more on bringing things together. Okay. That's how I see this question. Okay, good question. Thanks, Shama, for the points. All right, good. Lata, all. Good there. Any other question?
No, Shri. That's all.
Fantastic. So now what you're going to do next 1 week is you will do some chapter test.
Yeah.
Write 40 questions.
Oh, yeah.
And you will read roles and responsibilities, PMI ethics, agile questions. I remember with your WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Did you mention agile you have to work out? You said that?
Yes.
Okay. How you are working out on your agile?
Chapter-wise agile tests are also there in communication board. I'm taking 10 questions from that.
Concept reading, which book you are reading?
Agile practice guide only. So
okay.
Yeah,
I would recommend still, if you're getting confusion with agile, there is a book called Mike Griffith.
Okay. Yeah.
If in case.
Yeah.
But don't read in the last day. If you want to read by today.
Okay, sure.
Okay. There is a chapter number 2, 3 and 4. Go to chapter number 3 and 4, which is purely about people management in agile.
Okay.
In 3 and 4, I think third chapter starts with the stakeholder handling, and the fourth chapter should be about the team handling. Some of the methods will be explained. They're very simple chapters, but it is already there in Agile Practice Guide, but in a mic, it will be a little more elaborated.
Okay, sure.
You have that book with you?
I have a soft copy, but not a hard. I can read.
Enough. That is enough. That is enough. Just to scroll down those pages for today.
Yeah.
You get some more clarity on Agile.
Okay, sure.
All right. Good wishes, Lata.
Thank you, Shri.
Okay. Any other questions for the day? Okay.
Actually, I have one question.
Who's that?
This is Niranjan.
Go ahead, Niranjan.
Actually, this question is in my mobile. I'm just trying to paste it in the laptop. Give me a moment, please.
Sure.
Or should I read it? Read the question?
Sharing will make more easy.
Shri sir, a quick question. I have seen while answering the questions and the reviewing, there are a lot of references are given to way of working. The PDF I have, version 2. Should we go through that? It is 137 page.
I didn't understand.
So there is a reference to way of working. There is a PDF from PMI site. WOW. Should we?
So that's given. That's given there. Okay.
Yeah.
How many questions you're seeing that? What kind of questions? Agile, non-agile?
40 question paper, I think almost 15 to 18, I saw that it is reference to way of work.
It's not referring to anything on the PMBOK?
PMBOK is there, but at least 15 I can strictly recall that it is way of work.
Nice to know. It's called ways of working. So what is there in ways of working?
I have not gone through it, but I have downloaded it. I thought first I should check with you because I don't want to get into if I'm able to answer that correctly. Start recycling my brain again and again.
Okay, again, it's a new message. Usually they refer to the PMBOK. When they're referring to ways of working, I want to see that what is inside there. At least I didn't read it fully.
Okay.
So pass me that. Let me also take a look. If anything interesting, we'll discuss.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, should I quickly go through the lectures which I have with me?
You have exam by 23rd, right?
Yes.
Okay, 23rd is next week. If you need certain areas, please go through that. Listening all will be to so much of time consumption.
Right.
For example, if you go 4th day, 5th day of the class, we will have something about scope management.
Right.
We will have something about quality and risk management. Those videos, if you can listen, chances it will help you.
Okay. And I have to do the 5th mock test, which I will probably do on Monday, Tuesday.
Yes. Good.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Great. Let's get to Niranjan. Please read the question.
Is visible?
Yes.
Okay. The question is, you're the manager of project. Your company is running in another country. This project is produced need extensive testing and approval from local authorities before it can be sold to that country. To help accomplish this documentation to be prepared for local authority must be in their native language. This task has required hiring several local consultants to develop the documentation. The local consultants have worked with other companies on a similar project. They have a relaxed approach to working, and you are concerned this may affect your project schedule. What is the best way to handle this situation? The options are like document this risk.
Before you go down to the answer, when you say what is the best way to handle the situation, which situation we understood here? It's targeted.
Yeah, actually, what they are asking is that this documentation which needs to be converted into the local language. For that, we are hiring a local consultant to work, and they are worked on a similar project for other company. And as a project manager, you feel that they have a relaxed approach to the working, and you feel that it is a concern and may affect your project schedule.
So the situation is schedule can be delayed because of slow delivery. Is that the situation?
Correct.
Okay, let me read the first sentence. You are the manager of a project or your company is running in another country. Extensive testing and approval from local authorities before it can be to help accomplish. Okay, very good. So the situation is project can be delayed because of team members being slow. Okay.
Right.
Now read the answer. What is your answer?
My answer, I've written this as a work closely with the consultant on the activity duration to ensure the project does not extend beyond its deadline.
The work closely with the consultants on activity duration. Which consultant you want to work for duration?
This is the local consultants.
Okay. So is it that they're giving a wrong estimation is a problem or their nature of work is a problem?
Nature of work.
Okay. By working closely with the consultant on activity duration, how this will solve the problem? Okay, what is the right answer?
Because the right answer is to develop a communication plan to ensure that all team members understand the project schedule and dependencies.
So that's what I asked the situation. Situation is project schedule can be delayed because of someone's slowness. It's a character problem or it's a behavior problem, right? Now answer A, B, C. See what we have given here. Is this solving the behavior problem or by any chance solving the behavior problem? Work closely with the consultant on activity duration. When you say closely, what we're trying to achieve here to ensure the project.
Actually, the question is saying that you feel they have a relaxed approach.
You feel where it is. Okay, they have a relaxed. It's a, they have a right. It's an authentic information. They have a relaxed approach.
This
When
may
I read
affect, you are concerned, this may affect
This may affect your project.
Yeah, of course.
This may.
So question, that's what I'm trying to see. The question, is this trying to solve a problem? Is it on the process or a behavior? I get a feel it is the problem of a behavior of particular region. You cannot tell that's one region. Okay, there are different variety of people all over the world. When work closely can help, I'm fine with the answer. Work closely with the consultant on activity duration. Are you aware what is activity duration?
Not really. It is not given.
So here, activity duration is what I see from here. You are getting a timeline from them who is going to do the job. Work closely with the consultant on activity, which means I'm asking them how long it will take to translate it or type in other language. The guy says 8 hours I'll take to complete. And to ensure the project, it's a good solution. You are asking them, guys, you give the time, how long it will take to complete. Okay. But the problem in the question is not somebody giving a wrong time. That's not the problem. They gave a time, 8 hours, but they won't work for 8 hours. They will take it 12 hours to complete because the nature of work is like that. So even we do, some people, right? Somebody says, hey, go to the store, buy and come back. How long it will take? 1 hour will come back. But that guy will come 1.5 hours. Where are you gone, man? And we come to know this guy always drives slowly in the bike or stands somewhere in the signal, talk a phone call and come back. It's a behavior problem. Now, how to address a behavior problem? Now, which answer will help here? Last answer. Include a late delivery penalty. Penalty. It will work maybe 20 years back, not now. First
I gave
answer.
that answer, ShriLearning.
I'm sorry?
I gave that answer, like include a late delivery penalty.
It used to be there. It used to be there, but now people are not liking it. If you do it one time, you'll win the contract. Next time, they won't give you a contract. You will win it. Project success. And the next time, they won't give you a contract. Answer A, document this risk to the project. Makes sense, right? Document this risk, but that won't give us solution. Document this. It is a long term. Let's see B. Develop a communications plan to ensure that all team members understand the project schedule and dependencies. This second answer derives to a term called project urgency. In management, they use a word called shared understanding of urgency, which means the alignment between the top executive and the team member working clearly aligned that there should be a shared understanding of why we have this timeline and what is the importance of the delivery should be with a high quality, built-in quality. And I think this sentence goes to that particular segment, saying that develop a communication plan, which means you communicate, re-communicate with your team members clearly why we are doing this. When they know that, chances are the behavioral pattern could change. And then that can have a subset of answer C also, because I like that answer C because you are going to get the timeline from them, which is more autonomy. I don't want, I'm telling a time you have to do in 8 hours, where I expect my team members to tell we'll complete in 6 hours. I like that answer. But this answer will not work until B is there.
Correct, Shiv, but what I feel is like the projects have already started, and they, as a project manager, should have communicated about the project schedule and the dependencies already. Now, what is project manager's concern over here is that he thinks that their since their approach on other project are slow or relaxed, and this may affect the project schedule. So in that context, doesn't it feel that option third is the best way to handle this situation?
See, you are now only recruiting a new consultant from the market. Would you like to give all your timeline details with these guys? You're going to wait for their estimation without communicating what they have to do. You're telling project is started. This task has required hiring several local consultants. Local consultant you're going to hire, short duration.
Right.
With 3 days, are going to work with you. In this 3 days, first is communication, then comes estimation. Estimation also, which is in your control. You know that what you have to do, but definitely you will share the information with them. But again, what I heard from you is a project is started, manager should have communicated already. I don't think so, right? This is a set of people coming inside to do only a service and go away. Maybe you call them as SME. SME is going to come.
This option B is saying that develop a communication plan to ensure that all team members understand the project schedule and dependency. So there is my confusion, because these people we are hiring new to take this task, whereas the rest of the team is already aware.
Not sure, but at the same time, when you say all team members, that's a way you have to develop a plan. That's a message here. When you develop a communication plan, the plan should be that when somebody newly joins in or somebody goes out, a new member of the team comes in, it should be that the message should go clearly. See, we are talking about this question. Leave this question. Take your office. A new member joins a team. KT session happens for 1 month, and that person then starts working in a project. Have you seen this person asking some basic question about the project?
That can happen, yes.
Now, where is this communication plan? Why the team member is not aware of the project, irrespective of the KT? Which means a project manager thinks that somebody gave a KT, will give everything to this guy. And project manager assumes that somebody comes to the team, will learn on its own. But your communication plan should be in such a way that anyone joins newly should have a detail of what all in a project as a high level, product vision, milestones, why we do this, clarity should go to them.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. Okay. If we are including new team, then we should have developed.
Right? It is not only for today, these people. Tomorrow something will come. Telling, see, always some of the questions will look for a long run. Today, these are 4 SMEs. Tomorrow somebody else will also come. But the point is how you draft a plan. The plan is so elaborative and clear so that you don't need to worry at all. You tell that next time when you onboard people, come on, guys, we have a good strategy to handle it. We know how to handle. But still, I like the answer C, because it helps you to be so democratic. make the team member who is going to do the job tell me what time it will take to complete. After understanding the milestones and product roadmap, and that guy gives estimation, it will be sensible estimation. Right? Good. That goes to answer B.
Yep.
Good question, by the way. Is it from yesterday's question paper or a day before question paper?
Yeah. Yesterday's question paper.
Yeah. Nice question. Okay, nice. Thanks for bringing up. All right, guys. Thanks all for participation. And next week, we'll connect again for the Q&A session. I appreciate the people putting the effort and some of them going for the exam. Good wishes. Do well and keep us posted about your great success. Good. See you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shri. Bye-bye.
Bye, Shri.